Okay, I think enough. I think it's we have waited for enough time for everybody. If anyone join, I will allow them to join the class, so we can start now. The first scheme I shared with you. Let me make it.
Sorry, somebody I think is waiting to join, Sarah.
Sarah. Okay. Okay. Let me allow her to. I cannot see her request yet.
Oh, okay. I think she's using the old link. Let me send her the new link.
Yes, we can. Okay. Good evening, everyone. This is one of the commercial property. Last year, I did kind of uh, deal source, because I did the deal sourcing for many commercial property, but this was at the last minute, some reason, and the buyer pull up from this project. But I can show you what happened to this project. This is the project. It was in Wood Green, over a 5 million pound asking price. Um, and it has got a 13 self-contained flat, has got a downstairs commercial property, which is a Poundland was a tenant, and the total rental income was, let me see where I can see this information, if I can, because it's been very old email. I just pulled out from, yeah. Can you see the price, offer price? 5 million.
Yes, yes.
Yes, 5 million. And this is the shop basically up to this. The upper bit is a flat basically, and the ground floor was a Poundland, was a commercial property. From Poundland, and they're generating like 190,000, and from the rest of the commercial, as for the residential flats, they are earning like another 190,000 altogether, like a three. Uh, yeah, 380 something, 385 something, and they're generating from this property. And also has got a on the plus side is got a like a 10 flat on top of this flat, has got a planning permission to build. So when I send an email to the seller, this is the email I received uh, from the seller. As you can see, it says, can you see the writing? Because very blurry of this, because of the old email I pulled from very old email. So it's gonna be a little bit not clear written on it. So can you see this thing?
Yes, we can see. We can read
So
through.
it says, I appreciate your offer to subject to valuation. Therefore, shall I assume you are looking for raised debt for the purchase? If so, I will need to see bank statement showing at least 10% of the agreed purchase price. We can assist you for acquisition finance. If you are interested, I can set up a call with our in-house capital advisory today. I think Sarah is messaging me. Yeah, I got that. Yes, Sarah just joined now. So this is called vendor finance. This property was a million, 5 million pound, but the seller is asking only 10% of the purchase price, which is like a 500. My offer was 4.7 something. Can you see this one? My offer was 4.4772 something, the same property. So like 10% of this money means 477,000 you need to invest, or you need to find an investor to invest this much money. And the rest remaining, the 90%, you don't need to go to bank. You don't need to proof of fund. You don't need to go any credit check. You don't need to do anything. If you have your own money, you can invest, and rest of the 90% seller is himself or herself is investing on this project to buy, help you to buy the project, the property. So how good it is. Residential property, how hardly you see this kind of seller. Seller will take all the money from you, from bank, and then they will give you the key. Whereas the commercial property, many occasion, many also out of 100, also 90% time, you will find the seller will help you to acquire your property. You can say, why? What is their benefit? Benefit is most of the commercial property are owned by either a pension fund or trustee or some corporate organization. And the corporate people, they don't buy less than a 5 million property because it's not right for their investment strategy. So they try to avoid lower than the 5 million project or properties. If it's more than 5, 6, 7, 10 million, they easily try to show their interest, but under 5 million, they're not interested. Whereas the ordinary investor like a land buy to let investor, they think, okay, a commercial property 5 million, or where I'm gonna get 1 million, because 5 million or 25% is like a 1 million. You don't need to have a 1 million. Even you don't need to have a even quarter million. You pair up with somebody who has got 200, you have a 200. You only buy this property. And the 90%, the seller is not giving you any money, basically. They're just making an agreement with you. It's like a first years, when you borrow money from the bank, what they do, they put a purchase on your property. Means if you don't pay their mortgage every month, they will take your property. Same thing, the seller in here, they're not paying any money to you or your account. They're just making an agreement with the purchase on their own name, so that if you don't pay the regular interest, obviously they will give you the put it the same as like a bank mortgage interest. Same thing on your case. So they will put this the same. Maybe you can negotiate with the interest rate. I'm getting this much money from bank. I'll pay a little bit less than bank. All these things you can do when you structure the deal. So this thing you can apply, and then you don't need to go through your credit check. You don't need to wait for the vendor to lender to go through your history, whether you're capable to buy this project or not. All you got to do, approach in the right this idea how you gonna pay the, mm, the 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 money. So same thing I'll say. The commercial property is the more like a untapped area. Most of the buy-to-let investor, they think, okay, no, it's too much complicated. No, it's a very simple process. And second thing, all this property, the commercial property, when you take as a landlord, you don't need to do anything, because Poundland, they will take care of all the maintenance. If they don't pay you within 28 days, they will have to leave because they are not a tenant, they are a lease holder. So if they break the rules, they have got no right to occupy your property. You can vacate them within like 28 days. Whereas residential property, if you have a good tenant, you can have the luxury to have your regular rent and all this process. But if you find a very rough tenant, and sometimes the vacant position, I mean, making empty that property will be very difficult. Sometimes it takes 6 months to 1 year because you got to go to the court, and that 6 months to 1 year you don't receive any payment rent from the uh, tenant. So this thing happen in the residential property. So whereas the commercial property has got a huge opportunity to uh, acquire without not paying any money from your pocket, or maybe use the vendor finance. It's called the vendor finance, or seller note, or or deferred consideration as well. You can call all three name on this case. You can say I'll pay 10%, rest of the money I'll pay every month. That's called deferred consideration. Or you can say I'd like to have a seller note, means every month whatever the mortgage or whatever the payment you pay from the rent you collect from the tenant or lease holder, you pay the money to the seller, and seller will every month will give you the notes. Every month you pay 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, whatever the money they received. So that's a seller note or deferred consideration or vendor finance. Vendor finance means the seller himself financing you rather than you go to the bank. So this is one thing. And the second thing is most of the commercial property has got a opportunity to have the what it called capital allowance. Capital allowance is one thing. Most of the landlord doesn't know these things. Uh, if you but in that case, when you buy the commercial property, you need to have a right surveyor. You need to have a proper surveyor who are expert in the capital allowance. It's not a normal surveyor who can find out how much your allowance on this property, but you need to have a proper commercial allowance surveyor. They will charge you probably 2,000-3,000 pounds, but they will give you their survey. Yes. Hello, Adib bhai, are you saying something?
You talking to me, Ashif?
I heard some noise. Is it from
No,
you?
no, no, no. No, it's
Okay.
okay.
Okay, so you use the capital allowance surveyor who will give you the survey report, and then you have like a for example, if it's a commercial property, and if you do any development, any refurbishment, all this money you can pay no tax, zero tax, because you have allowances. And most of the commercial property, if it's a 5 million, for example, you probably have a 70% allowances on this particular property. Means you are not paying taxes, whatever the rental income you are generating from this property, at least, I mean, if it's a 5 million and 70 be like almost 4 million. So 4 million, yeah, 4 million allowances means if you generate 400,000, 400 rental income. So at least 10 years, you're not paying any taxes. So how good it is. But if you go buy a residential property, you don't have this luxury to claim the capital allowances. Only the commercial property has got these allowances. So if you know how to use your money wisely, then I will highly recommend you to invest more in commercial rather than residential. And then on top, the growth. If you buy for example, if I imagine for example, if you have like 100K, or your investor has got 100K, how many property he can buy? One buy to let. Because if it's a 400 or 500 a 3-bedroom house in London, uh, you need to pay 25% deposit, 25% deposit, which is 100K. Whereas if you pair up with somebody who has got 200 or 100 and you have 100, or another person has got 100. So 300, you buy a 2 million worth of commercial property, because 10% or 20%. So you have a 2 million property, and each property grows 7%, whether it is a commercial or residential. All over the London is on average 7% growth. So 2 million, your growth is like a 140,000 every year. Whereas the residential property, only you're buying a 400 or 500, the growth is only 35,000. Your 100,000, you buy a residential property, or your 100,000, you buy with somebody, your friends or family or relatives, with another 100,000 borrowing from them. So 200,000, you're buying a 2 million property. So your growth is 140 on the commercial, whereas your residential property growth is 35% because the inflation. So this 140 and 35, which one is better? Of course, it's a commercial better. So all these things you can apply when it's a commercial property. But most of the people, we stick with the residential because we all know the residential very well. And secondly, the competition. Most of the time, when you go to the seller, you will see one property, 10 buyer is fighting for that. Whereas the commercial property, you are the only buyer. You can say anything to the seller, and seller will accept your offer. You can say anything, all your choice. So which one is better? No competition, more profit, more capital allowances, more maneuver to do many things, then no taxes for at least 10 years. Whereas residential property criteria is so difficult, even the lender find it difficult. Although the commercial thing is a little bit more like when you go to the residential property, you have a 75 up to 75%, 80%, or even sometimes you can, some cases you probably find the lender will allow you 80%, 90%. But residential as a commercial property, you get maximum up to like 75%. So the lending option is here a little bit lower than the residential property, but still the other benefit are much more higher than the residential property. So I will highly recommend you, if you think, okay, I will buy more commercial property. Trust me, once you do one commercial property, you will say, no, no more residential property. So these are the things I will recommend you to consider before you, if you have any money to invest in the residential property, because same strategy, same hard work, same paperwork, same everything, but you're getting more benefit from commercial properties. I can show you so many things. I already share with my library. I think you all have got my library access. If you go through those the commercial portfolio courses, I'm sure there's a plenty option, plenty example you'll find there to observe, and you can implement all this technique you learn from there. And still, if you have any further queries regarding the commercial properties, how to find a commercial properties, where to find a commercial properties, how I'm going to finance, all these things I can share with you, because this class is not like every Monday. I'll try my level best to continue as long as I can. Like every Mondays between 7 to 8, 9 o'clock, I'll continue this class every week, so that I mean, if it's some case I had to take a holiday, or I'm planning to go somewhere, then of course I will let you know in advance that next Monday I'm not I'll not be in country, or I'm going holiday, so I'm not gonna take any class for. But this is free for you all, so you can learn as much as you want. And of course, if you have any ideas, any queries, you can ask me question about these things. So this is the commercial bit. Now I'll go to like a little bit in a service accommodation. I think other day I touched a little bit of service accommodation, where you've seen. Other day I touched a little bit of service accommodation. Here is the pictures of my first service accommodation property. It was in Walthamstow, Family Road. Can you see on the pictures?
Yes.
Yes. Basically, I could take these pictures from my phone because I had an iPhone, but I rather prefer. I mean, I prefer to pay £200 to a professional photographer who came and took the photo pictures, and you can see how good quality. It's just an ordinary house basically, but the way cameraman took the pictures, it looks so amazing that because remember, when you do the service accommodation, you're fighting with the big boys, five-star hotel. Because why people will pay £300 or £400 for one 3-bedroom or small houses for one night? Because the service you're providing. Look at the pictures. I put the pictures so live. Sometimes you'll see so many. If you Google it, if you search it on YouTube, on Airbnb, Booking.com, so many people they are doing it, but they are not using the right strategy, right technique. They are just using their own handphone, mobile set to take their pictures. Whereas if you see these pictures, before because I learned from the professional basically. So these pictures, when the cameraman came, I bought this small. I did a little shopping basically. I bought a glass, a bottle of wine, some bananas, some croissant, some lemon, some coriander to make the pictures lively. Because sometimes people have got a nice flat or house, but because of they don't put anything on the kitchen area or dining area or on the bed. That bed or kitchen look like a dread, completely dread, and that doesn't give the right impression because people are paying a premium price for your house or for your property. For what? Of course, they will have to feel that this is the house they're gonna spend next 2, 3, 4 nights, and they need to feel this is their home, this is their second home. So this kind of thing, if you look at I'll zoom the picture. Look at the flower. I put this flower, the televisions, and the wallpapers, all this thing I put, and I mention the cameraman, make sure you pick the right angle so that it get all on the pictures. So this kind of thing you need to focus because people look at all this thing. You need to focus on this thing because when you see this kind of pictures, then you think, oh wow, I love this property. The pictures look nice. I'm gonna book this property for my summer holiday. So same thing happened to the traveler when they think, okay, whether I should pick this property or not. First impression, then you need to create on your pictures, your home page, your home pictures, and the rest of the pictures as well. So if you use the right photographer, I mean photographer definitely, then it will be more professional pictures you will get, and that picture will give you more customer. So this thing, if you are interested to doing service acquisition, I'll highly recommend you to use this strategy. Secondly, the housekeeping. You can do your own housekeeping, or you can hire some professional housekeeper. Those both options for you, but I will recommend you to use housekeeper. Although it's a little bit expensive for you because you have to pay them money, but end of the day, it will be more like more business oriented because if you do yourself, yeah, you can save some money, but you will get quickly exhausted because remember you are doing a business, and the most of the business you will see owner operated or owner do all the micromanagement. So as a business person, you shouldn't be more involved into day-to-day activities. More you have to create a system where you are not in the business, you are on the business rather than you running the business. If you have the system in place, that where you have a housekeeper who will come regularly, you might have a regular communication, or you can set a alarm with them. Okay, Monday I've got a customer, so Tuesday or Thursday they were staying. Thursday afternoon, you have to go there to clean the house, do all the washing, then laundry and everything. Then 3 hours, I'll pay you £10 an hour, so £30. So then next booking came out Friday. So Friday, Saturday, they will stay. Sunday morning, your cleaner will go. So you are free from these daily activities. But if you want to do yourself, you can do it. There's no harm. But I think it's better to have a system in place so that in case if you scale the business, for example, first probably you will start with one property. But if you think, okay, I'm gonna scale my business, so you can introduce 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Then you will find it's very difficult when you have more properties. Because when I started, this was my first property, but within the 6 months time, I had like a 4 more property added on my portfolio. So then I realized this it's very, very difficult to do housekeeping every now and then. So definitely I had to find a um, housekeeper. Then another thing is laundry. You can buy like a normal cloth or normal laundry from the like mm, any laundry supplier, but it will be more difficult for you. How are you gonna maintain this? Because you have to after visiting your guest, you got to wash them, you got to I mean it's iron them. It's very difficult for you to better. I will highly recommend it. There is service, there is a company called let me see this other company. You can use their service, Johnson Strawberries. They will charge you like a £70 a month or £80 a month, but they will provide your all the laundry with every week. They will leave a wheelie bin outside your property with the padlock on, so that they will every Monday or every Tuesday, whenever the time is best suits to you, you can arrange this collection on delivery date with them. You can ask them, I need to have a delivery on every Friday or every Monday or every Tuesday. They will come and they will collect all the old laundry and drop it to the new laundry in the bin, so that your housekeeper will go and open the lock and then use the new laundry for the whole week. And then if you contact to them, they will give you the volume they will give you. That is enough for I find like at least 3 property you can run with one. But it's a bit tricky. You can say, okay, I've got a 3-bedroom house. The amount of laundry they will provide you, it will be easily run 6-bedroom house or 8-bedroom house. And I did that. I had like a 2 properties booking, and basically I made with them the agreement is 2 property, and both property was 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, but I had like all 5 property laundries I was receiving from them. Basically, the volume they provide is enough for 5 property. So you can save money from here as well, and you can use the professional laundry cleaner, because they are professional. They supply laundry for hotel, restaurant, all the catering services. So yeah, you can use them, and then of course you can use what it called the another side to decorate your house, because that's another thing you need to focus on. Is called fusion furniture. Can you hear this? Can you see this one?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see it.
See. Yeah. This company, they are good at like a service accommodation business, because then the furniture they will provide you. It's a really fantastic. I mean, you can buy your own pharmacy, own furniture. Mostly we go like a, what do you call? Uh, like very cheap item, because we think, okay, it's I'm not living in this property, is my tenant or my guest, but remember the guest is paying you a premium rate for your rent or for your property. So of course they will expect the quality, reasonable quality furnitures. So if you ask them, they will come to you, your property, or they will take the details of your property over the phone. They will ask how many bedroom, what is your expectation, what kind of a budget you have, and they will assess the property, and then they will send 2 3 people in one day, rather than you decorating your own house. For example, you took a empty plot or property, and then you think, okay, I'm gonna buy my own furnitures. You can do that, but it will be harder for you, because you need to buy a bed, you need to buy tables, you need to buy crockery, cutleries, television, all these things. Whereas if you just ring them, they will send 2 3 of their member of staff with the full loaded band, and within 2 3 hours, the whole house will be decorated. So I don't know whether I can see there.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So when they bring the furniture, how
Mhm.
is the payment? Is it monthly or they will send you
There's
an
both options
invoice?
basically. You can buy whole sets in one go. You don't need to you don't need to uh, mm, wait for regular payment like a monthly payment, or you can use their what you call um installment payment. It's up to you. You can ring them up, you can ask them, but they prefer, if you are like a brand new in the business, they will say, okay, we need your credit history. But if you are in the old, like if you have a 1 or 2 years old company, and you have been running as a state agent or any other business, you have a more than 1 year old company, then they will give you the option that you can lease their furniture. You can pay every month £150. For example, the whole furnitures cost you, like a whole house cost you like a £5,000, and you can say, okay, I will pay this 5,000 over the next 2 3 years time, and they will accept that. They will say, okay, enough. This is the installment every month you need to pay, probably £150 or £160. So it's fine. It's maybe slightly more than the normal price, because the furniture you buy from market, probably if you want to go yourself, like I'll do my own arrangement, you can do it. And end of the day, when you calculate how much money you spent for buying those furnitures, and how much time you spend, and how we organize the whole furniture, whole setup, you will find not much difference, maybe a couple of hundred, or maybe 3 400 net. That's it. So that's 3 400. Is it worth it to spend 3 days to do shopping, 3 days to arranging the furnitures? Then you get only 300 savings. Whereas these people, you just call them, they will come, they will set up your whole house within 2 3 3 hours. That's it, job done. So this kind of thing use. And then another thing is uh, uh, like rent. When you have this setup, like a service agreement business setup, most of the time people do mistake on how they're gonna pay the rent. If it's your own house, then you can set up your own way. But if you think it's not my house, but I want to run the business, and I'd like to acquire a property from some other landlord or estate agent or some other people, it's not my house.
And National Rail Services.
Yeah. So if you want to acquire this property for your service account business, I will recommend you to use the strategy called rent-free period. Because most of the time when you take this property, you will take as a lease, not as a AST. AST is assure short tenancy, and you are not a tenant. You will be leaseholder. The reason you will do it because it's you need to change the usability from the council. Remember the last week I said VOA, Valuation Office Agency. You need to write to them or send a form where you mentioned this property was a residential property, now is converting to a business, because remember this is the business. You are not running as a normal tenancy like buy to let. You are running as a business, and this business service accommodation is a commercial thing. So you need to mention to the council that you are running a business. So you need to like send a form, and then they will change within 2 to 3 months time as a user class is a C3, and then you will be get a tax for that. The normal property has got a normal residential tax, but when you convert it to C3, it will be commercial tax. But good thing is once you got the commercial tax, as because the business is small, you can show like this business I'm not earning more than 180,000 a year, so it's a small business categorized. So can I have the exemption? So all the council has got a benefit for a small business. If it's less than 80,000 the business earning, they will give you the tax exemption. Means you don't need to pay any taxes. So service accommodation, you just apply for C3 free of charge. But end of the day, when you the converting to the commercial category, you can claim for the exemption. So you don't need to pay any council tax at all. So this small thing, for this small thing, you need to change the usability, and usability change by doing a lease agreement, not AST agreement. So when you do AST lease agreement, you have to have like what do you call the permission from the landlord. So landlord will not accept your ideas at the beginning, but you need to explain to them. Like you can say, look, I'm not taking your property for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. The lease is start at least 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. The longer period you take is better. So more longer time you take, you are giving an assurance. Okay, Mr. Landlord, you are getting 3 years regular rent, but because of 3 years you are secure with the rent, and lease also you have to take care of the property, because you are doing FRI, full refurbishment insurance. Means you are liable to all the damage in the property. If anything goes wrong, you have to, as a leaseholder, fix this thing, not the landlord. So you need to raise these issues to the landlord. Okay, Mr. Landlord, I am taking your property as a leaseholder. I'm gonna be liable for you fixing your problem, the property. Not definitely not the big problem like holes, roof collapse, or something happened, flood happened. These are not your FRI covered area. Your FRI covered area means like a small breakdown in the property, like a boiler goes. Still, you can negotiate with the landlord that boiler I'm not gonna pay, is you pay. All this thing you can do it. So when you take the headache out of from landlord head or shoulder, you can claim, okay, look, I'm doing a favor to you. I'm taking your property for next 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Means next 3, 4, 5 years, you are getting a regular rent, no void, no vacant period. But I need a 3 month or 4 month or 6 month. Ask as many month as you can. If it's 6 months, it's better. It's not 3 month rent-free period. Means you are taking advantage. In that case, the landlord will be giving you 3 month free or 4 month rent-free period for your business to kick off. Because remember, when you do this service accommodation, it take at least good couple of weeks to set up, first of all. Secondly, not the very first month you will get a huge booking, because you are the new in the market. So you need to build a feedback. You need to request the existing whoever the first few months of the guest will come, request them to give you more positive feedback. The more positive feedback you have on your portfolio, you are getting more chances to get more customer, more booking. So all this thing take at least good 3-4 months. And during that time, if you have a rent and then you're not earning enough money, so that will be pressure for you. So when you request to the landlord, I'd like to have a 3-month rent-free period, means you don't have any risk. All the risk you're de-escalating. So all this de-risking factor you need to implement, you cannot implement on your journey at the beginning, because if you don't know, then what will happen? That you thought, okay, I done the course, I learned from Mr. Paul Smith, I know how to do commercial property, but because of you didn't use this small technique, and the moment you got the key, Mr. Landlord is happy because he is getting a rent, but first month or second month you didn't earn enough money, and the money that Mr. Landlord is expecting the rent be hitting on his bank account straight after 30 days. So that money obviously will go from your pocket. So it will be hurting for you to pay the rent when you don't have enough income. So that's the reason you need to be like a comfort zone with the rent if you take a right step at the beginning. So all these things you need to implement at very early days, like very first day when you do the negotiation. Some of the landlord, they will say, oh no, I don't want to give you rent free. Don't get emotional. So thank you. Because you remember, there's plenty of property. You just need to find the right one. Don't get emotional. Even the property in a good location or good conditions, don't get tempted with the locations or conditions. You need to understand your financial position. If you are in a good financial position at the day one, then you are not putting yourself in a risk. But if you are in a emotion involved and take the property, and then you have to pay every month 2,000 or 1,000 pound only from your pocket, then after 6 months you will see the benefit, but first 6 months you're losing money. So all this thing you got to you got to remember. And the other thing is the the property. Sometimes you find your friends or relatives or knowing person who has got like a flat, 2 bedroom, 1 bedroom studio. Oh, Mr. Pauline or Mrs. Pauline or Miss Pauline or Mr. Atik, I have a 2 bedroom flat or studio flat in XYZ area. Can you do Airbnb my property? I will highly recommend not to take a small flat. Small flat is same cost as the big houses. 3 bedroom is minimum. 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 bedroom is much better, because the cost of maintaining those business almost same. Maybe like couple of hundred extra, but rest of the thing, because if you send your cleaner for cleaning a 1 bedroom studio, it will take at least 2 hours. If you send the same cleaner to send a 5 bedroom house, it will take you 4 hours. So how much money you are paying? Only 20 pound extra, but you are receiving more guests, because in a 5 bedroom house you can easily accommodate 10 people. So if you charge 30 pound or 40 pound per person per night, so from the 4 bedroom 5 bedroom house you can easily generate 500 pound, whereas the studio flat, how much money you can generate? Maximum 100 pound. So same thing, the professional laundry, the laundry will charge you 70 pound a week or month, but for 2 bedroom will be same amount of laundry cost, maybe 20-30 pound, but the cost, the income is higher than the cost. So I will recommend you to go for the bigger property, at least 3-4 bedroom, not to a small property like a studio. Yeah, you can do if it's a very lucrative area in central London, because in central London, even the 1 bedroom flat or studio flat has got a very good demand to have a good rent. Like you can easily charge, if it's a good condition, good location, easily charge, you can charge 400, 500. But if it's in Dagenham or Romport or Orpington, one studio flat or one bedroom flat, people who highly will pay 50, 60, 100 pounds. That's it, no more than that. Because the market is not that much high demand and that in those areas. So this is the one factor you need to remember. Secondly, don't get emotionally attached with the seller, because seller will sometimes they will say, oh, can you do the Airbnb? But they want to control you. They will say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't change the furniture, you can't have more than two tenant in the property. No, you are not taking those kind of property, because if you listen to the landlord, then you have no control. When you take the property, you say, listen, yes, Mr. Landlord, this is your property. I'm taking you as a leaseholder. Now you just sit back and relax. You just wait for your money every month to hit your account. And secondly, you will concerned about your property. If I leave, before I leave, I have to give you back the way I received from you. That's it. No more in between. No more in between. You cannot say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, because that way it will disturb your business. Because commercial property, or because you will gonna convert is a commercial property. So see, so when you run the business, sometimes you will receive a request. Oh, we are five friend, or five of us as a guest. They will request you by email, or they will communicate with you with the email. Oh, you have five of us. As your property is only two bedroom, can we stay five of us? So whereas your landlord said no more than three people or four people, means they put your restriction. So how are you going to accommodate? Whereas the guest is saying, we are happy to share our bed, or we can stay in drawing room. You can use the sofa bed. So all these things you can use, because you need to have a full control. So if you emotionally get attached with some landlord who are not 100% sure how the commercial the service accommodation works, they will try to control you. And there is a plenty of landlord, they've got this kind of mentality. So when you take a property from landlord, make sure you don't give any control on them. You need to separate them from your business. You need to pay them rent. Obviously you pay regular rent on time, on exact money, and you have to follow all the legal regulations, so that you are not violating any rules or causing a trouble to the landlord, so that you will be safe from their side. Their pressure will be is from your head, but you need to make sure that landlord doesn't have any control on your property. So these are the things you need to focus on. And I mean, there's so many things you need to learn from the day one, so that you have the smooth cash flow. Because most of the people who does the Airbnb, they don't know this kind of thing. They don't implement this kind of thing. Same as like a commercial property. Because of the knowledge, you don't have the right knowledge or right expertise ideas. You stay away from the commercial properties. Why? Because you are scared. You think, oh, no, it's not for me. Trust me, once you train your brain, you find much easier to deal with the commercial property or the service accommodation than the normal buy-to-let tenant or normal residential property. Because the most of the people, they know this thing, because this is the most common one, everybody using it. So they even though it's hard, but they are comfortable, because everybody, they can share their knowledge each other. But highly likely you will see people going to the commercial or doing a service accommodation. Everybody knows the Airbnb, everybody knows the booking.com, but they don't know the rules or regulations, all the technique. So that's the reason they say, oh, I'd like to do it. And of course, if the landlord wants to learn from you can help them, but make sure you control the business fully 100%. You don't give a control half to the landlord and you control the half. No, you need to make an agreement at the very beginning. These are the terms and conditions you need to follow, and they need to follow as well. So these are the two topics, and of course, rent to rent. Yes, I will touch a little bit today rent to rent, which is I did at the beginning of the service accommodation. You agree the seller, the landlord, that I will take your property as a rent to rent, but I will take as a lease, not as a rent to rent, a normal AST. So at the beginning, you need to agree with the landlord that what is your strategy would be, and that's it pretty much from me for the service accommodation. And the deal sourcing. Yes, Pauline, you request for the deal sourcing, whether you can do the deal sourcing with the service accommodation. Of course you can. Either you can set up a business yourself, and then after running couple of years, then you can give it to someone else. Or once you know how to do the Airbnb setup thing or business, then you can help other people to do this thing. This is also deal sourcing. Or you can buy a I mean, you can like help people like how to find a property if they are good at service accommodation. Or you see this, there's some people who wants to have the service accommodation business, but they don't know how to find a property. So you can find a property. So there is so many way you can find, like you can use the Gumtree, you can use the YouTube, Facebook Marketplace, you can use estate agent, you can use direct writing to the landlord, you can use friend and family words of mouth. All these things you use to find the right property. But make sure you don't get emotion involved, because so many landlord, so many estate agents, they will say, oh, we don't give the company late, or we don't give business to do service emotion. Don't need to rush them, don't need to push them, because there's a plenty of property on the market. So you just find the one gives you full control, not to get a like a 50-50 control or 40-60 control. You get the right property. There's a plenty of way you can find. And if you read my if you go to my library, the Paul Smith library, and there's a program called deal sourcing. You can learn from there. There's plenty of options how to find a property, how to find a deal on the market. So yeah, I will definitely touch on those areas in next classes. But for today, these are the two topics I focus today. Of course, I will regularly update with you many other information on commercial and service information. But in the next class, I will focus on like a deal sourcing or buy to let or more auction properties. So any questions for me?
No, not at all.
Is it like a helpful all this information I gave you today? How do you find all the information I provided to you?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's really helpful. It gives you an insight on what you got to come, but obviously you got to do a lot of studying.
Yeah, of
It's not,
course, of course.
it's not listening and getting the gist of it and getting a boost is great, but I can tell you from experience, you really got to knuckle down and watch the videos and really get involved and ask questions. So
Yes,
for
yes. I
people who
will
haven't
highlight.
asked,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
should or just private message you. Like you can message on here, but even private messaging, just raise some questions that you're unaware of, because I know some people are pretty shy. But it's good to get involved and get involved in the community because you bounce off each other.
Of course, of course. That's the reason I created this Zoom class, because it's not a class. Basically, I am sharing my experience with you guys, because sometimes you probably have that knowledge, and people say knowledge is power. Yes, knowledge is power when you use it. If you don't use it, no power, my friend. So I would recommend you, if you regularly attend this class every Monday and bring your friends, and come along with all your friends, what will happen? Maybe sometimes you find a very shy or very hesitant where to start. Then in the group we can discuss and we can figure out what is the best for us, because we all are like a newbie in the journey. Basically, we are like all like a supporting each other. I know a little bit something, you know probably a little bit something. You share your idea, I share my idea. So in that way we can grow. Because end of the day, no one gonna help us to learn everything the property journey. But if we form a community and if we know each other, if we help each other, probably without much struggling, we can grow our financial portfolio. And yeah, of course, I will highly recommend you to go, if you choose the commercial property, I'll highly recommend you to go through the commercial property, because there's so many things Mr. Paul Smith already mentioned in his course. But if you need to know where to start, then because I realized they give you like loads of information, but still you find you need someone to hold your hand. So I'm sure I can do that for you. I have a little bit experience on that particular side, some of the side I.
Yeah, I think thank you so much, because I've been going through the training, but when you explain things, it becomes more applicable,
Oh, thank you.
easier, and that's why going through the library materials is enabling me to ask questions, because if you don't know anything, you cannot ask any reasonable question. So
Yes, yes. So,
I think,
but don't worry, Pauline. It's not knowing. It's just taking actions. First, everybody will struggle. It is a normal thing. It's not a you need to be expert, and then even though if you know something, and if you start, then you will find a way to make it right. Maybe first one time, two time, you find awkward or hesitant or maybe difficult to overcome that situation. But after one, two, three times, you find you are the expert. You are the expert.
yes, I want to get that. My question is, because I've seen
The
with,
only thing you concern about your money. Don't lose money.
okay,
Don't do anything that causes you money losing.
all right,
Apart from that, you can try anything like talk to 100 landlord. There's
right,
nothing to lose because you're dealing with the landlord to find a property. Talk to Mr. Fish and Furniture. Give them an imaginary 3-bedroom house idea, quotation. You will find a price.
yes,
There's nothing to lose. Talk to the Johnson Laundry. Find out their quotation. Nothing to lose. You give them your house address. This is my house address. How much are you gonna charge? They will take the quotation address and they will put the quotation. That's one thing. All this information you gather and action you took, not causing you any money. So only
absolutely.
thing
That's
you got
very
to
good.
do, take the action. You need to find out how much the fusion furniture will cost me if I arrange a 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom house to decorate with their furniture. Ask them how much money you're gonna charge. What is the step you take the payment? Are you gonna take all the money in one go, or are you consider to take an installment or leasing furniture? They will give you the idea. See, this is not costing you any money.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing, the how to register booking property in your booking.com, how to use the calendar, how to synchronize the calendar, because when you have a calendar, you do have to like a one all booking in one calendar, whether your own CRM software, which is I would recommend this. You can use some of the CRM. The one I was using is called Tokit. So CRM software, or you can use the booking.com calendar or Airbnb calendar. So that what will happen if a customer book on your property for example, Friday, Saturday, and another service like Airbnb or Vrbo or TripAdvisor or CompuWorker, another customer try to book on Saturday, the calendar will block that Friday, Saturday because already the one customer already booked that day, so it's not gonna overlap your booking. So all this thing, you search it. Although Mr. Paul Smith says so many things, but they didn't give you this kind of idea.
Mm.
Without spending money, you can do your homework. These are the homework you can say. I'll say, phone the renovation furniture. You don't need to buy their furniture. Phone Airbnb. Ask them how to register my property. Phone booking.com. Can you show me how to use your calendar to merging with the Airbnb service, booking.com or Vrbo, all this, how to synchronize their all booking in one calendar. They will show you. So
Great.
all this thing you do, same thing, the commercial property. If you want to buy a commercial property, go to the Rightmove Commercial. See all the property on the commercial property. Ask them, I would like to buy your property. What is the criteria? You don't need to buy it. You didn't pay any money. Ask the citizen. There's plenty of citizens on the market. Ask them, what is the criteria? How much money you want? What is the vendor looking for? Is he gonna consider some development? Is he gonna give us a vendor finance? Is he gonna take a seller note? All these things. You are not losing any money. You are just exploring your ideas with them. Then you will get used to, you get familiar. Because sometimes when it comes to a big number, people get back up. They're scared because of the big number. They are not used to. Because most of us, we earn 30, 40, 50,000 a year. And then when it's come to million, all of a sudden it's a big jump. And then we get scared. Oh, it's too big for me. No, I cannot handle. I'm good with the 60K range or 100K range. I'm happy to go this. My friend, the thing is, if you're scared to take the risk, there's no risk, to be honest with you. Just exploring risks. You need to explore yourself, and without spending any money. That's the only strategy you can apply at this point. You just explore. Whatever you learn from me, whatever you learn from Mr. Policeman, whatever you information you collect all this sector, just implement those ideas. You don't remember, just don't make any kind of agreement at this stage. Just explore the ideas. Call the citizen. This is the commercial property. How much the rent? How much the vendor looking for? Is he gonna consider some development? Is he gonna consider some? If he's propose them, there is no harm. They're not gonna stop you. They cannot say, "Oh, you are my time. You're wasting my time. You're a time waster. You're a tire kicker." No, they're not gonna say this kind of thing. They're happy to take your query. They are happy to answer your phone. They are happy to receive your offer. And when you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 offer, after 5, 6, 10 offer, you find it's easy. It's become a norm to you. You can do any property. You can do million, 10 million property, 100 million property offer. Because you know by that now that you deal with some of the commercial citizen, how the commercial property works, how the commercial, mainly commercial property, the citizen is not a owner. He's just a gatekeeper. The owner is somebody else. So why are you scared to go to the gatekeeper even? Forget about the landlord. You're just approaching to the gatekeeper.
Excellent.
So you just phone them. They are not taking you to the prison or they are not charging you money. You just phone them. Okay, Mr. Agent, I saw this property. It's a 3-bedroom house. And in fact, you learn more from them. They will say, oh, if you buy this property, we can arrange the accommodation finance. We can do this kind of thing. Look at the mail I share with you. Look at this mail. I didn't say I need a vendor finance. Did I say? I said to the, let me see. Let me bring that email back to you. Dear Sam, look at this email. Dear Sam, I'm writing to formally express my interest in purchasing property. After carefully considering my calculation, my number, I'm pleased to make an offer. My offer is subject to following legal conditions, survey report, due diligence. Here is my two sets of bank statement, proof of ID. This company. I'm a serious buyer. Versus. Sorry. Yeah. So nothing in basically I didn't ask for any money. But the same after sending my offer, look at this guy. Let me see. Where is the mail I received? Good morning, Ashif. Thank you for your email offer subject of the property purchase in valuation. Therefore, I shall assume they're looking at a raise debt for the purchase. If so, they are the one. I didn't know this kind of thing, that I can buy a property without going to the bank. This guy taught me how to do it. Sam Bacon. He's a state agent. He said, I can raise the finance for you, 90%. I learned from him. 10%, he is asking to show me 10% of the 5 million, which is like a 500. And then 90% he will raise for me. He has got an in-house capital advisor. They will advise you. See, you will learn from them rather than waiting to learn from everything from Mr. Policeman or from Ashif and then jump. No, you do the free testing. You shake the market without spending money. You can shake the market. And after 2, 3, 4, 5 email, you become expert. So we can do this kind of thing at this stage. If you think, okay, I don't have money, enough, just do this kind of thing. Do the homework, do the research, do all the query, phone call. Make the phone call to the prison furniture or Stillbreeze, or find some housekeeper. Speak to some of the people who does the housekeeping in your area. Google it, local housekeeping company or local cleaning company. Ask them, what is your quotation? If you have a 3-bedroom house, how much are you gonna charge? How much your rate? How often you do this on? Everything you can do without spending money. So yeah, any more questions from you guys?
I
Hi, one
just
question. Sorry.
Yes, Jafar bhai.
Just one question. What is the difference between rent to rent and service accommodation? So in both you are getting a leasehold, lease from the landlord. So what is the difference between service accommodation and rent to rent? Either it's because it's a difference of
Rent to
C3?
rent, you can take a property and then you can give it to rent to someone else. That's the normal rent to rent. Okay,
But what
but
license will be there? Same C3 or different?
no, rent to rent, a normal, if you give it a normal person as a tenant, then you're using a AST formula. AST formula means just assured tenancy. You're just
Okay.
making commissions. But if you do a service accommodation, then you are liable to pay the rent, and the tenant sometimes you might get a guest. Sometimes you're not getting a guest, but you are liable to. So you are taking up almost control on the property because you are the
So
leaseholder.
rent to rent like is normal agent which what
Yeah,
they're doing.
you are not like big legally obligated to the property. You can break the clause anytime and then you can walk away. But when you take a property as a service accommodation, you need to have a lease agreement, and lease agreement is quite legal, strong binding. You have
Okay.
legal obligations to comply with the terms.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Atik bhai, do you have any questions?
I have one more question.
Yes, Pauline. Go for it.
Yeah, I've been researching on compliance.
Mhm.
I just want to know whether the compliance for service accommodation, if I have compliance for my bill sourcing, is that, can I use that same compliance when I'm doing service accommodation and commercial property?
Yes.
Oh,
What are
okay.
the compliance? If you just specify those compliance,
In
then
terms of like indemnity insurance, registering with ombudsman.
Yes, you can do that, but I will recommend you not to do it at this stage, because you are just doing do one thing, that is ICO registration, which is will cost you like a
ICO.
40
Okay.
40 to 50 pound, because you are dealing with the customer data. The ombudsman, definitely when you have a like a business is in a like a running stage. At this stage, don't do it,
Okay.
because it's going to cost you money.
Yeah.
If you register with the ombudsman for now, and then you acquiring the property in 3 months time, 4 months time, then your business will kick off in July. So the 6 month is already gone. By the time is the next year's January, you have to pay again their money, their subscription, or their the fee. So 6 months you are not using their services. So you just when you run the business, when you generating money, then you can apply use those compliance, so that you will secure. You will be secure, because sometimes anything goes wrong, you will be in a big trouble. So those compliance, you need it, but I will recommend not to do it now,
Okay. Thank you.
because it will cost you money, even if it's 100 pound or 50 pound, but it still is a cost money. So my main objective is not to lose money on the early days. First,
Okay.
earn money, then spend.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So learn all those things. Don't ignore them. Learn all those things, but don't implement at this stress.
Okay.
Use it.
Okay.
I mean, you need to use it once you are in a rolling positions. When you're earning money, you have a regular revenue coming, then you can, because sometimes some of the landlord put you in a trouble. They might say, oh, you damaged my property, you did that, or sometimes accidentally something happened, and you are in a big trouble. So you have to use those compliance, but not this thing at the beginning.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Anyone? Zafar bhai?
No, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'll discuss more next week about the mortgage. Not the mortgage, sorry. Auctions, deal sourcing, because these are the two things I say the most lucrative area, and that's the reason I spend more time on these two, the service accommodation and the commercial properties. There's so many things I can discuss with the commercial properties. I've got plenty of options, but it's gonna come regularly, like every week. If you spend at least half an hour, 45 minutes with me, or hour, hopefully it will be very helpful for you to understand how the commercial property works, and we can learn from you as well, because you might have some experience as well, so like that. So yeah, Atik bhai.
No, thank you very much. Yeah, good
Yeah,
information. Yeah, really
yeah.
good. Looking forward to next week.
Okay, thank you. I'll send the link, and just do me a favor. Just I'll have a kind request to you, or you all. Uh, please, share this link as many people as you can, so that we can grow the community fast. Because my objective is to um, mm, make a bigger community so that we can help each other. We can find our own investor. We don't need to go to the bank. For example, I find a nice, really good, fantastic deal in my area, and I'm looking for somebody who can invest 50,000. So I can say Atik bhai or Zafar bhai or Pauline or Sarah, will you be interested to join in my project? And if we know each other very long period of time, then we will create our, we know each other, we will create our trust, we will build our relationship. Then we can say, okay, let's do it. Then we can easily execute the plan, and then it will be in benefit for all of us. The profit will be shared among the partners. Or so we don't need to go to the bank. We can use our own community, own group to raise the finance to buy any project, any properties. So I'll recommend you or request you to share my link with as many people as you can, so that next week we can have more people in the class.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just one last thing.
Yes.
Do we need to use a software like Nimbus when we are
Nimbus is a
searching
different
for?
software which is for finding a land or property direct from landlord or seller. And that is a different discussion. I can go through the Nimbus, how it's work. But I will recommend you just learn now, but don't need to. I mean, you don't need to spend too much time on Nimbus at this point, because I think you are still learning so many things newly. So Nimbus is for advanced tool, I will say, for those who already in the property business for a long period of time, and they are in a position that they can spend some money, because Nimbus is not free. You have to pay, I think it's a 1,400 something for their yearly subscription, or you can buy a monthly one, which is 160, 170 something pound. But the thing is a data company where you can find all the properties, their landlord's name, address, the categories of the property, whether it is a private owned or company owned or council property. Then you can get a market analysis. I mean, how much the property value. If it's a commercial property, how much the market value per square feet, what is the yield in that area, is there any restriction, like a planning restriction in that particular land, is it a flood zone, all these things, all the information is a hell of the data in that Nimbus map. But the thing is, you need to know how to use it, otherwise you waste your 150 pound or 160 pound a month for nothing. Then you need to identify which are the property you're gonna target, because it's like a whole UK on your skin, but you don't know where to go. Whole UK on your skin, but you don't know which property you are looking for. All the landlords name, number, address, property details is there. So you need to know how to extract the data from that Nimbus map. Although they will give you half an hour, 45 minutes when you buy, they will give you half an hour demo, but it's not enough for half an hour to understand everything thoroughly. So you need to get used to it that. But how are you gonna get used to? They're not gonna give you more than half an hour demo. Maybe another time you can request them, they will give you the second time. That's it, no more than that. You have to pay their subscription. You have to learn yourself. And there is no institute or any mechanism where you can learn quickly from there. I think only few people, those who use it, like I use it, people who already use it, they're the people that can help you. So I'll recommend not to use it at this stage. I mean, you know the Nimbus map, but there's so many things to learn from there. Then secondly, you have to once you select these are the property I'm gonna target. Once you select your target, then you need to send a writing letter to them. Basically, you need to write to landlord or the company or the council. Then not all the letter will be response. Maybe if you send 1,000 letter, probably 10 landlord will contact you, or 15 landlord will contact you. That out of 15, you need to interview them. You need to ask them whether they are interested to sell it. If they sell it, what is their criteria? What is their requirement? What is they looking for? And then you need to know is there any restriction on this property? Like if it's a flood zone or conservative area, landlord wants to sell it, but it's because of the flood zone, you cannot do some of the development. So no point to waste time with those landlord where you have a already barrier to do some development. Other day I was going to see some friend in Woolwich. So I stopped there, Woolwich, and I saw a poster, the signboard, commercial property. And I called the estate agent. His name is Answer. And I called him and I said, this is a commercial property, 4 shop downstairs. Then there's a residential property on the top. At the back, there's a charts, then a garden, and then the corner, there's a MOT garage. So I asked how much. The guy said it's a 2.5 million. And then I was shocked. 2.5 million with the 4 commercial properties, with the garage, with the residential upper bit, then the charts at the back is a quite cheap. Then I said, yeah, I'm happy to have it. Then this agent says, there's a restriction on this property. Restriction not is like a council is not giving any except any planning, because the council has got a plan to redevelop that area. So whole area is not taking any new planning permission. So you have to buy it and you have to keep it as it is. You cannot do further development. And then once the council will come, you have to give it to the property, the council. So you have to wait maybe in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, you don't know. So you can't do any development, or you cannot sell it to anyone else. You got to give it to council. So this kind of thing, even though the property is in a good value, but because of the future barrier, it's not wise to invest into this kind of project. So all this thing you will learn from the experienced person who already done these things. But if you don't know, buying a Nimbus, it will cost you like a £1,400 or £1,600 a year for nothing.
Thank you.
Yes, Sarah.
Yeah, thank you, Ashif.
Okay, thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
for
I'm
attending
really
the
glad
class.
I attended
I'll
tonight.
request you to share this link with your old friends who
Sure.
wants to join the class next week, and I will send a link again, probably today or tomorrow. And please,
Okay.
everybody share with your friends, any landlord, any estate agent, any friends, any relatives, doesn't matter. To be honest with you, it will help you eventually. It will help you. Not only me, it will help you as well, because you will
Exactly.
find like-minded people. Because so many people, we want to do the property business, but we mix up with the broke people. This is a saying. There's a saying: if you hang with the losers, you will be loser. If you hang with a millionaire, you will be millionaire. So if you spend most of the time with your friend who wants to buy a property or who wants to deal with the property, they will be happy to share so many information, and then you probably learn from them. But if you spend 1 hour in whole month for property and rest of the time with the people who was on different world, then you are not going to learn anything. And to be honest with you, I realize people who deal with the property, they're not shy to share their ideas with you. But if you deal with the people who never ever had any property experience, property journey, and they will say, oh, you are talking too much something out of the world. No, you're not. If you have something good, you are proud to share with your friends, and that is the regular thing. If you're a millionaire, why are you shy to say about the talk money? You're not. But the people who don't have money, they will say, oh, money doesn't buy anything, or money doesn't make you happy, money is the evils. This is the people who are loser. They don't know how to make money, and that's the reason they talk about the negative over the money. If you are positive about the money, money will come to you. You will need to talk to your friend with the money. People who don't know how to make money, they say negative thing about the money. Same as property. If you don't know how to do property, you will talk negative about the property. So please share with your friends. You will find the people who are like-minded. They will join with you and they will help you at the same time. Same as estate agent. Don't think, okay, estate agents are bad people. No, they are good people. They are the good gatekeeper, and you will learn from them. Approach as many landlord estate agents as you can. Approach as many landlord as you can. It's free. You are not paying any money upfront. It's free. You never know. Maybe some of the landlord desperately looking for a buyer. Some of the landlord are desperately looking for a idea to do some improvement, do some investment. You don't need to pay any money from your pocket. Your idea will help them. So that's it. I think I talk too much today.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you very much. Don't
Really
forget to send
appreciate.
us the link. I didn't have the link for tonight.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
As I will send it to you, or Sarah. I will definitely. This is the number I said. Is this your number or Prince number?
It's just the WhatsApp that is on the PC, so anybody can have it.
Oh, okay.
If you send it through that one, that will be
I'll
fine.
send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's it for today. Any
Thank
more
you so
questions?
Thank you,
Hopefully we'll
Ashif.
see you next
Thanks.
week and we'll discuss more. And next week
All
I'll
right
talk
then.
about the more auctions, how to buy property from auctions and how to do the deal sourcing. And give me kindly if you can message me with your feedback, like how you finding this class. Is it really helpful or is it bad? I'm not giving enough information or I'm not helping you at all. I'd really love to hear these things. That
Okay,
way,
where do you want us to send you the feedback? Through your WhatsApp
you
message?
can link send it on the chat room, or you can send my WhatsApp, or you can create a group and then you can send it the group so that any
Okay.
or yeah,
Is
you
it
can directly message me even.
is
'Cause,
it possible to create a WhatsApp group for this? So when you're sending like a link, all of us can get it from the same any update.
Yeah, that's
will,
a good
'cause
idea.
Sarah, I will recommend you to create a group. You know your friend, I know my friend, and I don't want to mix up with your friend and my friend because there's some people might not comfortable with sharing
Okay.
all friends like Mr. Atik Bhai, Mr. Zafar Bhai, Mr. Prince.
Pauline, will you mind creating the
Pauline,
group for us?
Miss
Yeah, I
Pauline, they
will. I will
all
create a
might
group
have
for
their
us.
own comfort zone. So I don't want to
Mm,
interfere everyone's comfort zone because of group share. Because sometimes,
That's okay.
yeah,
That's
because
okay. It will just be an update you're sending, like the link.
yes,
When you
please.
send the
okay.
link to that group, all of us will have it at the same time.
Yeah,
So no one is missing.
I will
You-
send individually everyone basically. But if you want to create a group, you send me the group, then I will send the group link to the group.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
Thank you for your
Thank you for thank
attending our
you.
meeting today. And hopefully we'll see you next week. And till then, you take good care of yourself. You all.
All right then.
Yeah.
Hello everyone.
Ashif bhai, are you taking 2 classes next week?
No, one classes. Hopefully, another class will be a couple of weeks later. Like if I'll start another class at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, then 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. 2 classes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. You
Thank
all.
you.
Bye now.
Okay. Hello everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
ভাইজান নিচে আসতে
আমি
পারবো?
দেখছি। Yes,
আচ্ছা,
আমি দেখছি একটা
ঠিক আছে।